Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, or hello if you're new. My name's Abby, and in this video I just really want to go over some ways of finding your own personal style, and mostly I'll just be going over tips that have really helped me in curating my own personal style, because I think it's something that as women we all have struggled with at least one point in our lives. I'm going to be going over a fair few topics, including finding your style, knowing how to figure out what looks good on you, overconsumption and the mass media in micro trends and fashion, also creating a capsule wardrobe, and the idea that less is really more when it comes to finding your own personal style. So don't mind me, I've got my little journal here. I've taken some notes and I just want to be cozy, do a really cozy style of filming today. The first thing that you'll need to come up with when creating your own personal style is, where am I going to be wearing these clothes? So you want to think about the locations that you will be wearing the clothes to and the activities that you will be doing in those clothes. So if you're going to the office, if you're going to be in the gym, mostly wearing athleisure wear, going to cafes, university, you catch my drift. So I want you to get a notepad and literally write down, as I'm talking to you, where you wear your clothes the most, because that's going to help us to create your wardrobe. Secondly, we are going to be going over your goals and what you want from your outfits in these settings. Do you want to look professional? Do you want to feel comfortable? Do you want to look stylish, chic? Do you want to look approachable? Do you want to look not approachable? There are all of these things that you need to think about. How do I want to feel when I'm in these contexts? So write those down right now. The other thing when creating your capsule wardrobe is figuring out what looks best on yourself. So all of the girls at my office are really into color analysis, and it was a big trend in the 80s. There was a book called Color Me Beautiful. I'll put the author here. This book was popularized in the 80s, as I said, and it was a book on color analysis and how to tell what colors suit your skin tones, what jewelry suits you. We hear a lot of things like warm toned, cool toned, etc. That is all from this book. So basically all of the girls in my office are super obsessed with this, but they're all in a different tax bracket to me. So I decided to use ChatGPT, and I just literally put a photo of myself in there in natural lighting similar to this, just a photo of my face, and I said, ChatGPT, please tell me what my color analysis is, or give me a color analysis explanation. And I found out that I was a soft summer, I think it was. I'm not quite sure off the top of my head now, but I know what colors they are, so I'll put them in here so you can see. And then you can literally go on Pinterest, Google, anything like that, and search those colors and have a look at what outfits go well, what colors look good with other colors in your color palette. And it even goes as far as to makeup, like what colored blush looks good on you, what eyeshadow looks good on you, what lip color looks good on you. So all of these things are really good to know, and generally how it works is the colors that you're drawn to naturally tend to be your colors in your color chart, but sometimes it's not. So like, for example, I have a little bit of rosacea. You can't really tell because I'm wearing makeup to cover it, but usually my cheeks are really red when I'm not wearing makeup. So I tend to avoid the color red because it makes the red in my cheeks stand out, which is something that I try to avoid. So that's just an example of that. Some colors really bring out our features and others make us look dull and tired. So that's sort of where this concept comes from, and it's a really great tool to help you find your personal style. So in a world where we hear the word aesthetic literally every second day, on Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest even, Like, we're seeing so many different types of styles and they're all categorized into a certain aesthetic, whether that's coquette, bloquette, gorpcore, cottagecore, grandma beach core. Like, I've literally heard so many random ones. Alt girl, like all of these different trends. And honestly, I think that this is the worst inhibitor to finding a personal style, because the second that I stopped putting myself in a box of I only really like the cottagecore aesthetic or the indie aesthetic or whatever, I literally just started wearing what I liked, and I was like, this is Abby core because I wear it. I'm the one wearing it. I like it. That my whole style literally changed for the better. So you want to start just dressing for yourself. Literally do not even take inspiration from different styles and aesthetics, but don't feel the need to conform to just one aesthetic. So something that I find a little bit hard to discern nowadays is what is a trend that I actually enjoy and want to participate in, and what is just a micro trend that's going to be around for like a month. So to avoid this and to figure out genuinely what is my personal style, I've started implementing a 30-day buy list. So how this works is I literally have a note on my notes app on my phone, and if I want something, so this isn't even clothing related, but I actually wanted a Kindle recently, and I put down the exact date that I started feeling the desire for a Kindle, put it in my notes app, and I had to wait at least 30 days to see if I still wanted it by the end of the 30 days, and I did, so I bought myself a Kindle. But this works great with fashion, especially in telling whether it's a micro trend and whether you actually still like it or not, because often micro trends will be like a monthly sort of cycle, and then at the end of the month you're sick of seeing it because you're seeing polka dots everywhere, tiger print, zebra print, all of those Brazil t-shirts, like the Sambas, the Onitsuka tigers. You're seeing everything everywhere on everyone, and it just doesn't feel special anymore. So I think this is a really good tool in figuring out if you actually like it, or if you're just seeing everyone wear it and want to buy into the trendiness of the clothing item. The other thing I would say with fashion and finding your own style is accessorizing. My outfit right now is literally so basic. I didn't even plan my outfit for this video. This is literally just what I was wearing today. But something that I found really excites me when talking about my own style and just styling myself during my day is accessories. So whether that's a bag that I like, or I love hoop earrings, finding your colors that you enjoy, bags, makeup, rings, earrings, headbands, bandanas, hats I think are so cool, scarves in the winter time. Like, there are so many different ways that you can layer cool items to make your outfits really stand out and feel personal to yourself. I also think with accessorizing, finding jewelry that's actually good quality, because I'm currently going through a cycle where I have so much shit quality jewelry that I bought when I was younger, and I don't want to just throw it out, but it's also like not very good quality and tarnishing. So I'm kind of just trying to use them until they like tarnish or break or whatever, and then I'm gonna throw them and buy properly nice quality jewelry, and I'm gonna be wearing them for the rest of my life, because we shouldn't be buying clothes to only wear once or to only wear for a few years. And I know that it can be more expensive, obviously, and not in everyone's realm to be able to do, but imagine having like a cool vintage designer bag that you've bought, and then when you're like an old lady still owning that bag and wearing that bag all the time, and everyone's like, that's Abby's bag, that's Amy's bag, that's Sarah's bag, you know, like everyone associates it with you because you've just had it and used it and utilized it for your whole life. That to me is the true essence of personal style, is when people look at an item that they're wearing or an item that they see at the shops and they're like, Abby would like that. But it's because you wear things like that. So truly, I really think that to find your own personal style and to have a style that is recognizable and that people are like, ah, that's a very Abby jacket, or that's a very Abby handbag, is to wear what you own. So to have a capsule wardrobe that you actually reach for the items in and you re-wear what you already have. So I have a lot of clothing, and at the moment I'm kind of trying to donate items, give items to friends and family, put them up on my Depop, etc., just to get rid of them. And I actually will not be buying any more because I have more than enough clothes. And this leads into decision paralysis when you're getting ready in the morning, because you just think, oh, I have nothing to wear, but actually you have so many clothes. And the whole thing with this is you wake up, you try and find an outfit to get ready in, you feel like nothing is really your style, and it's because you don't wear these clothes as often as you should, and you don't re-wear them. The whole point of personal style is to re-wear your clothes so that it is something that you wear all the time. And it just becomes less of a chore to actually pick out outfits, and it becomes your personal style. Less is more approach is totally your saving grace to finding your own personal style, because it gets rid of the mental fatigue of decision making and trying to find an outfit that really matches your personality and the vibe that you want to give off in the world, which is part of why I find it really important to do the first steps of what I told you to do earlier in this video. So next up, I would like to talk about a capsule wardrobe, which kind of ties into having less. So a capsule wardrobe, if you don't already know, is basically just a selection of clothing pieces like pants, shirts, dresses, etc. And it's all just clothing items that you rotate in your wardrobe, and they all go with each other. So that's the key to a capsule wardrobe, and a successful one at that, is to have, say, a pair of pants that actually goes well with every single t-shirt you own, or a t-shirt that goes with every single pair of bottoms that you own, or a handbag that you could wear with any one of your outfits. So that to me is a true indicator of success when it comes to a great capsule wardrobe. My favorite tools that I have been using to make my own capsule wardrobe is actually Pinterest. So I've been searching up items that I already own, or items that I would like to own, and you can actually use the collage function of Pinterest to save all of these items, and you can see whether or not they look good together. And I'll give you an example of the ones that I've made. So my first capsule wardrobe that I made was just sort of my everyday wear for every context. So personally, my places that I wear my clothes to is the office, university, out on dates, to cafes, things like that. So I want to look professional, chic, stylish, and I want to be comfortable. So that was sort of my main goal with just my standard capsule wardrobe. Then you can definitely get pieces that are seasonal, and you can rotate them into your capsule wardrobe depending on the season. So I have also made a winter capsule wardrobe, which I'll show you, and a summer capsule wardrobe. But notice how all of the items are very, very similar, and they actually cross over in winter and summer. So in winter, you can literally just use layering to make the pieces warmer and season appropriate. Then I've also made a little capsule wardrobe actually for my shoes. I think it's really important to assess where you're wearing these shoes, and again, how you want to feel in them. So you actually don't need that many pairs of shoes. You literally need maybe like 4 to 5 pairs, if that, like that is generous. And shoes that you can wear in between contexts. So this collage that I made here of my shoe wardrobe is, I think, a really good mix between practical, cute, functional, and also professional for the office context. Find what you feel confident, comfortable in, figure out what silhouettes you enjoy, figure out your color analysis, and then put it all together, and you will definitely find something that feels natural and authentic to you. Let me know how you go, and I hope you like this video and find it as useful as I did. I hope that this has helped, and have a lovely morning, evening, or night whenever you're watching this.